We're live on Facebook. Fantastic.
Live on Instagram.
Oh, perfect. Just like we planned it.
Yeah.
It's all going as planned. As usual. I'll wait for you to do our official cheers, but I'm going to tell you this drink, we're calling it Not Paul's Perry.
I think it's perfect. Cheers, Paul, because they made a great drink without you.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it, and we were really looking forward to his Perry. Have you had his Perry?
Maybe. I don't know. I've had a lot of interactions with Paul, so.
And drinks. So I've never had it before. We were like, oh, great, but he's not feeling well. So we made our own little, what were we going to call it? Well, not Paul's Perry. We had another name for it. I forget.
Something haunted.
Something haunted. Anyway, we'll get into this haunted situation. Katie made us these shirts, and she's behind the scenes, but I'll just...
They're super cute.
They're cute. Little cutesy cutes.
So on our pre-recorded podcast at Independence Television, like almost every episode, we've asked our guests if they're aware of any like hauntings in Clarkston. We're like on this mission to uncover ghost stories in Clarkston. So far, we have none.
There's a whole book.
Yeah.
Did you read the book?
The Curse of Clarkston?
Yeah,
we've read that.
Yeah, we're trying to go a step beyond. We're going to see.
Okay.
Yes.
I know of nothing.
Okay.
But I know there's a whole book.
All right.
I can start there.
So we have these shirts, Clarkston Haunt Hunters, and we're just asking anyone that has any Clarkston stories to email them to us at hello@connectingclarkston.com. So we're hoping to have an event next year.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
It's always a stay tuned situation. Well, before we chat with Rhonda, we're going to talk about a few things. Today, our episode with Paul Angelini, well, it went out yesterday, I believe, but our podcast episode with Paul Angelini is out, so take a look, take a listen, whatever works for you.
Spotify, YouTube.
Yep. And all of our social media. And we wanted to do a little wrap up of 5 things this weekend that we posted on our social media. So, 5 things, starting with the football game, which is tonight at
Romeo at Clarkston.
At Clarkston.
School.
Okay, so that's the
but
first thing.
You have to buy your tickets online ahead of time. So we just shared the link to Facebook and Instagram.
Does that mean you can't buy tickets at the door?
Correct.
That's interesting.
Correct.
Okay. We have at the Clarkston Family Farm the Pumpkin Fairy House craft activity on Saturday. Sounds awesome. Trunk or treat at the junior high, put on by Kensington Church.
Kensington.
And what? Oh, tonight, Wiltsie's, the Michigan singer-songwriter event is happening at the Honeycomb. We went a couple weeks ago. It was really great.
The Honeycomb is really great.
Oh, cool.
We're sideways.
Are we sideways? Oh, see, just one of those days.
You guys just started a day like that.
Have you had your V8?
I was like, what was the commercial?
Oh my gosh,
the V8.
You're getting there.
So Rachel.
Don't share it with her.
Hold on, though. You got to go wide lens. I don't see us again. Now, we're on your stories, and I don't know how to do all this.
This is where producer Katie is really... She's got it.
Which is our problem.
She's got it.
All right.
Are we less...
Well, you went to your stories.
Yes.
So, we're still sideways.
Hold on.
Nope, we're right.
We are.
Yeah. Good job.
Taking a minute to update.
You did good.
Well,
it's Friday. Everyone feels...
Can I just say while you're fixing this, I feel like I need to get a mug just to be on the wall. And I don't have a mug.
Oh,
I'll make a mug
for you. Yeah. So the library has been making mugs for us. We were going to talk about that.
Oh,
Clarkston Library, yeah.
Also, Ace.
Oh, I love Ace.
Yes.
Joshua makes amazing mugs, and the Gateway.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, they do a really good job. But we are doing this thing with all the elementaries coming up, and they're starting to make all the mugs at the library.
Okay.
Which is very cool. This guy.
They also helped us with our shirts.
And the shirts. What was his name? His name is Neil.
All right.
Neil. Are we?
We're right. We're right. I keep clicking on us.
Maybe this is our thing. Maybe now we just intentionally go sideways.
That's right.
So it is interesting that you say that, because one of my coaches will say
people like to see it. Yeah.
Like we're human.
Yeah.
Very
like
much
when you're talking about the blooper reel, everybody would rather watch.
Let's do a little cheers. Friday cheers.
It's just not having a whole hour of a blooper reel.
Yeah, we'll get there. The other thing we wanted to talk about is just make note that the mayor did resign from the city of the Village of Clarkston. Mr. Eric Haven did resign. We were sad to hear that, but understand it's time for him to move on.
Yeah.
So just wanted to make a note because he's been here several times and we had a relationship with him. So good luck in your next thing, Eric.
And we're looking forward to see whoever becomes our next, the next Clarkston mayor.
We had another thing about a pumpkin picking at
Cook's Dairy Farm.
It's Saturday and Sunday, so take the kids, go get your pumpkins. Anything else? Any other updates? I feel like they did that. Okay.
That's a whole list.
All right.
Sounds right.
Well, good.
Yes.
Welcoming Dr. Ronda Vaughn here today. Local celebrity. I'm just going to say that.
That's weird.
Well, you're like, so-and-so recognized you from Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
It happens.
She's very famous. So you have your own chiropractic practice. Oh, yeah. So we are in what do we call this? Is a historic building.
It's amazing. I don't know what we're in, but I'm loving every part of it.
It was the original general store, but you will notice there are other creatures who live here as well. So
Yeah, it's true.
there's flies, there's chipmunks. They're all welcome.
Like Snow White.
There's like Snow White. But we're excited to chat with you about all the things you have going on. How long have you been? Can we back up to the chiropractic part and then get to
What I do in my real life.
Yeah, your real life. Tell us about real life.
So Sunday was my 19th anniversary. I graduated 19 years ago from chiropractic school. So
Where did you go?
I went to Palmer in Iowa.
Okay.
So I am a Clarkston grad, as you both know, because you graduated with my sister and you graduated a couple years ahead of me.
Yeah.
And your mom is a chiropractor also.
I'm actually the 12th in my family. I'm third generation.
Wow, that's nice.
So I went to Michigan State to be a vet because nobody wants to say they want to be their mom when they grow up. But then nobody wants to stick their hand up a cow's butt either. So
do you have to do that?
That's why I quit. I went to Lyman Briggs Honors College at Michigan State. I chose Michigan State. I got into U of M and went to Michigan State to be a vet. Had I known this is where I'd land, I probably would have gone to U of M, but I do not regret my time at Michigan State. It was amazing.
I mean, go blue, but
Okay, I know. My daughter, that's her like dream. She got into Michigan State and rolled her eyes. So anyway, I started chiropractic. I went to Palmer in Iowa.
Okay.
So I was actually born in Iowa when my mom was in chiropractic school. Went back to Palmer, graduated chiropractic school, and obviously came back to practice with my mom. And lived in Grand Blanc for a short time, and realized I'm a Clarkston girl at heart.
Yeah.
So came right back to raise my kids here. The second my daughter was going into kindergarten, I started having a panic attack and moved right back to Clarkston.
Yeah, I feel that.
So-
I'm very familiar. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. So, does your mom still practice?
She does.
Does she?
So she's actually at work right now. I see patients 3 days a week. I'm in the office Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. She's in there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So she is going strong. It's different, I think, when you're a chiropractor and your own boss. Like, I love my job. I don't know that I'll ever quit chiropractic. I have all these other things going on, but to my core, I love chiropractic. I love my office. I love my patients. I love what I do. You don't see that side of me as often on Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
Working on it, but I do love what I do in my office.
Nice. Okay.
Is your daughter considering chiropractic?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
She wants to be a pediatric neurologist.
Oh.
So, yeah, she wants to be a
Sounds like
doctor.
20 years of schooling.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot.
I'm like, Ryan, you only have to do 8 if you go to be a chiropractor. But she wants to do pediatric neurology, and her goal is to go to U of M.
Awesome. I did just see a video you posted of her playing the violin, right?
Yeah.
And like cartwheeling across the stage. So she's a senior, right?
She's a
Okay.
senior. Yep, she's played the violin since she was in 2nd grade. It was a dream of mine, and so we started together when she was in 2nd grade at McCourt's, right by my office. And she got mad because I was doing better because I practiced, and so she made me quit. This is a true story.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And so when she got into middle school in 6th grade, she started with Clarkston Schools, and now she's a senior and still playing.
That's very cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So that's your real life.
My real life. My other life?
Your other life. Like,
My
tell us about
accident life?
All your accident life.
Yes.
All the things you're involved in. 'Cause I know we were talking before, you're involved in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
So I think the big one that everybody knows about is Social Oak. So I started a women's community, basically. I always call it like, my new catchphrase, tagline for it is book club without the homework.
Okay.
right? So
We can relate.
like all the girls go to book club, and I love to read, so I'm not bashing book club by any means. I'm a reader, but I think women get together. They want to have this book club. They want to have a reason to just literally be together, and this just takes out the homework, so you don't have to feel bad when you didn't read the book.
Exactly. Very cool.
So we are currently Social Oak started June of 21. I started it without all the other girls. I started having events in my office, twofold, as we talked about. I never had to close during COVID. So I had all my moms that were coming in, and it was when the world was opening back up. And I tell people, and respectfully, because wherever you are on this scale, there were people who were still super COVID conscious, and even though the world was starting to allow us to get back together, they weren't ready.
Yeah.
And then there were people who were like, let's party and do it. Right. My stay-at-home mom patients were losing it. I was watching them fall apart. I've never realized after COVID, it really hit me how much people need people and women need other women.
For sure. Yeah.
So I was a little, I'm not going to say I was careless, but I was like, okay, I'll have a party. So I started, I had, we were allowed, it was legal, I did nothing wrong. I had 30 women in my office, and we did a wine tasting. And there were people I didn't know, because they found out, like, okay, this is something we can do, and we're allowed to
connect.
Yes.
I'm a hygienist, and I feel like during that time, like all of my hairdresser friends, I was telling them, you guys, when you open, you're going to be bombarded. Yeah. People are so happy to come to the dentist. Nobody likes coming to the dentist, but nobody's seen another human.
But they were happy to come.
Yes.
Right.
So
and you touched them.
Yes.
That was important too, right? I'm assuming you felt that.
Yeah. Like, it was crazy. It was the most happy people as a whole had been to come see me to get their teeth cleaned.
Because they could.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I had a party. Okay. I was like, I'll have a party. I'll have people over. It progressed. At that time, I also was about to go through a divorce, and I knew that. And so I needed people, and I needed women. Right. And I love the Clarkston tap, but hanging out there every night by myself wasn't going to be attractive.
That wasn't going to work. That wasn't an option.
It was not going to be cute.
Although for some of it is.
It's not a bad place to hang out.
No, I was there last night. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan.
I was there on Friday. But anyway.
It's a great place to hang out. Not every night as a single woman. Looks bad. Not how I want to get famous.
And Anne is married. Just to clarify.
True story.
So I started having a party every month for women. I reached out to other women business owners and said, hey, I'm having a party. You want to do it with me? It was strategic, business-wise. Yeah. The women that I reached out to have the same ideal client as me, target market as me. So we were bringing together the same type of people, and they were all getting along.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where Social Oak started. And then now it has accidentally grown into me coaching other business owners how to do that, and I have 19 across the country.
So you're coaching them how to create their own little communities within their community. Is that what you're...
100%. Okay. So basically they're actually called Social Oak. So Social Oak, the name has been licensed, and I have 2 in Colorado, 1 in California. So I have Social Oak, Conejo Valley in California, Denver, NoCo, which is northern Colorado, Gulf Shores, Alabama, Traverse City, Rochester, north that I'm in Lake Vernon, Oxford, Shelby, DeWitt. I have a Green Bay. They're all over now.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think one thing, like as Ann and I started this, and then just paying attention to what you're doing, is I think in my mind I always really felt like the chamber took that. And I think yours went a little bit more to everybody outside of businesses. But I feel like there's been like a pretty nice partnership between you and the chamber.
Well, we have a great chamber. And what I'm finding out talking to other locations, not many people do.
Okay.
So, and I always tell people that. I love the chamber. But the chamber is business to business, and it's mostly for business owners.
Yes.
So there's a time and a place, and our chamber is above and beyond.
Yeah.
And I'm really finding that out talking to other communities. They don't have what we have.
We are. Yeah, we've had Kendall and Kate on a couple of times, and monthly they're coming on with us to update. I think one thing I was surprised at, like how small the manpower is of the chamber and how common that is everywhere. It seems like there is opportunity for things like this outside to help bring the connections in.
Well, and the other thing, Social Oak isn't just for business owners. So there's no reason for a stay-at-home mom to go to the chamber events.
Correct.
There's no reason even, say, for a teacher to go to the chamber events. So Social Oak is a reason for anybody to come to an event. Does networking happen organically? Yeah, women want to do business with women that they know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
And so you're meeting people that you wouldn't necessarily meet. Like, where in your adult life do you get to go? How do you meet people as an adult?
Right.
Other than like soccer, because your son or daughter is playing soccer, or the pickup line, or right? That's who our friends are at this stage in our life, I think.
Sure. And that's how we started this.
That's how we started this.
Our daughter's soccer game. Yeah.
So exactly, that's how we meet friends. So this is a different way. And again, you'll probably meet at the tap too.
Right.
But
Correct.
So this episode is sponsored by the tap.
I know. It's fine. The Fed or Honcho, I love them all.
Anywhere.
Equal opportunity.
We'll visit them all.
Yeah.
We'll bring our Not Paul's Perry to all of them. Anyways.
There we go.
So, yeah.
So it was first a connection. It was basically first a group to connect post-COVID, which
Still
everybody
is.
desperately needed. Still is. But then it's also a way for people who want to get into their own business. Like, is it really encouraging people to be business owners?
No.
There's no business component?
No.
That's what I... Okay.
Everybody thinks it's a very business. Now, do business owners thrive and do well there? So, funny story, my nail tech, she's a good friend of mine, went to the salad in a jar party just to make salads in a jar and meet other women. And she's like, I got 3 clients. I wasn't looking for it.
Okay.
So does it happen? Again, because when you're in a room and like and not everybody needs a chiropractor, but if you're going to Social Oak events and like you hurt your back or you have headaches or whatever, like you're gonna be like, wait, I know this girl.
Yes. Right. Or if your friend is looking for someone.
But I'm not handing out my business card. Half the people, there are people, especially in Lakewood and Social Oak North, they don't even know what kind of doctor I am. I don't even say, hi, I'm Dr. Ronda from Vaughn Chiropractic.
Okay.
It's like, hey, I'm Dr. Ronda. That's just because kind of what my name has become now.
Yeah.
And they don't even know what I am. Unless we have a conversation. I'm like, what kind of doctor are you?
That's interesting. That's good that you clarify. I really didn't know. I thought it was a place that business people get together and talk about business. So that's good that you.
No, it's a place women get together. Like last week, we did cupcakes with Clarkston Cakery. We do promote a lot of women-owned businesses.
Sure.
So Marissa from Clarkston Cakery came in and taught everybody how to make flowers on your cupcakes. And we did it at Pink Pro Wash, who Jennifer's one of the owners, and she hosted the location because one of the things that we're doing, we're running up to space.
That's what I was going to say is I feel like your events are selling out so fast.
So they're going to sell out faster this year because what we've realized, aside from a few events like the Salad in a Jar, which is always a big event, the Bar Crawl, and then our premier event, we are going to limit the number because it is for you to meet people.
Okay.
It is really for you to connect with your community, find a friend that you may not have known you were friends with, hang out, maybe not find a friend, whatever, but like...
Just take your salad and go.
Yeah, but it's really, we're going to start limiting because it's too big. It's not, I'm super not shy, and I want to meet everybody in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I don't tell them that I'm a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Well, some people like that. Well, a lot of people like the intimate
I think the word's
setting.
out. I feel like
That I'm a chiropractor. They know. Yeah. They're not going to know.
That layer's been peeled.
Yes.
But not in social life.
Mum's the word.
Is your calendar planned out and available through next
We
year?
posted
Because I was in Essence on Maine and I heard that. But
You heard that it was posted or planned?
I heard that your calendar was out for the full year.
It's a tentative calendar.
Okay.
Some of the businesses don't know that we're going to them. No, I'm kind of. I'm teasing. Most of them do.
Okay.
So yeah, our full calendar is out for the year, what we're doing. We always do, January is always Salad in a Jar because everybody's, trying to get fit and healthy.
Right.
So Salad in a Jar is going to be at Fred Astaire Dance Studio. I don't even know what we're doing Friday, but it's out. It's on our Instagram.
How big are the events?
So we're going to limit them to probably about 50 people.
Okay.
Other than Salad in a Jar, because we have a huge space, and the bar crawl. That was our first we had 150 women.
Okay, we have to do both of those.
So
Sounds
the
amazing.
bar crawl, and we're actually going to partner with Downtown Clarkston and do the Witches Night Out.
Okay, so that's what we were talking about, because Essence on Main did their...
It was the first one, right?
Yes, and so I bought that little charcuterie board roast over there, and I was like, you guys, how did it go?
Cute.
And the weather was terrible, and I mean, I think that they had a good time, but that's the one we were talking about. You had planned this for next year.
We called Emma and said, hey, because we had our event that same night, and that's the other thing, like, I don't want to step up. We talked about the chamber, and we talked about Essence. Like, our goal is, yes, we're a community, but we are also going to, I don't want to step on other businesses' toes. Like, we want everybody to grow.
Yeah.
So we talked to Emma and said, hey, can we partner with you next year? Yeah. So we're going to use Main Street as Social Oaks hub. And so we'll open up Main Street.
We would maybe like to talk to you about that too, just with our haunted.
I was going to say, you probably need some haunt hunters.
Yeah.
Probably.
At your Witches Night Out. I'm just saying.
Probably.
We'll have to talk more.
Yeah. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. So we're going to partner with them. We love to partner with other businesses.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you talk about what I thought was interesting. You talked about how women want to connect and how it's harder as you get older, right, to make these connections. But I think especially for men, there's been study after study after study about men not being able to connect in a way that is super meaningful and consistent. Where women want to get together and they will, like, hey, let's go have some drinks, social oak. But I think it's even harder for men. So now you've started this thing for men. Can you talk about it?
Yeah.
Tell us about
it. They do want to connect.
Yeah.
It's called Poker Night, Golf League, Dart League, Bags Night. Yeah. So I thought the same thing. But what was happening when I did Social Oak, so what I guess we didn't touch on is now I have 19 Social Oaks across the country and more to come. So I've coached other business owners, other women to come together and teach them how to do Social Oak and use the Social Oak name.
Real quick, how big is your team? Do you have a team?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Producer
Rachel.
So,
okay, so I'm the team. Everybody knows my assistant, Brooklyn. She is, I joke, it's our hashtag, everyone needs a Brooklyn. Okay. I have the best assistant in the world. She started in my practice. I joke, she's my life assistant. She's my everything assistant. Yeah. She does do a lot for me. Okay. I have a VA who is in my practice, who is actually, I'm working on taking over and helping with some of the Social Oak and my coaching business.
Got it.
Because I do coach. I do business coaching as well, and that's growing faster than I ever expected. I mean, Social Oak, the 19, started in April.
Okay.
So I've grown from 1 to 19 since April.
Yeah, this has been fast.
So the scaling happened on accident. It all happened on accident. As far as the men go, they do want to connect. Mm-hmm. I was the same thing. I was like, guys don't want to do what we're doing. So I started 2. And by I started, I'm coaching 2 men to do it. I started with Corey Luber here in Clarkston, who is a life coach and fantastic, and he and I had already connected, and I knew it was kind of on his radar. And he has already formed his, so I call my Social Oak girls my girl gang, and I also say we're the hottest girl gang around, prove me wrong. But but now I have Social Oak North, and they're pretty cute too.
It's a challenge.
But Corey has already brought in other men business owners to start Social Oak Gens.
It looks like it's really taking off. It looks like they've had a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Is it set up the same way? Like they meet every Friday or whatever it is? Or?
So they're going to, I don't know what day they chose. They actually just planned their year. Because I encourage that. Because most of them own their own business, their dads, their husbands. If you have a year, it's a lot easier. Yeah. So they just planned their entire 2024 calendar. They have a lot of super cool events. And
bourbon tasting coming up.
That's the very first one.
Okay.
So that is November 16th at Main Street.
Very cool.
They have maybe a few spots left.
Okay. I thought it was 3 the last I saw.
Maybe.
That might not be.
I think as of yesterday, it's a wait list.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. My husband would love that.
So,
So wait, is this for, let me just back up. So Social Gens is the same concept.
Same concept.
It's anybody can go, anybody can join if you want to get out and do these activities.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's, okay, so you say join. People are like, I'm a member. Yes, you are. We don't have a membership.
Okay.
You show up, you're in.
Show up.
Very
secret. You know the handle.
You know what, that makes my heart happy though when people are like, I'm a member, and I was like,
I did have
too.
somebody tell me the other day that she's a member of 2 of them.
Okay, and they are.
And I thought, I felt like, I was like, guys, gosh, how do you join?
How do you show up?
Okay.
All are
All right,
welcome.
Where's my card in the mail?
Yeah.
Just show up.
Just show up. And I love everything that they feel, because that's part of it.
awesome.
Like, who doesn't want to
Yeah,
feel
you
like
wanna
they
be part
belong
of
and
it.
are a part of something?
Absolutely, yeah.
So as far as guys, it's the same thing. Same concept. It's men getting together. They do want to get together. Again, back to the whole, like, do you guys want to do that? Yeah, it's called Golf League, and that ends in the fall.
Right.
It's called Pool League, Dart League. I don't know what other guys do, but they do things.
Right.
Yeah.
Do things.
Right, but they don't have I don't think they have all the things that we do.
Well, and I think a lot of times too, like your friends are spread all over, right? You were supposed to
Right.
get together with your friends in Detroit.
Right.
So it's nice to like bring the local side of it into play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I will
Right.
say the business owner part, like bringing in the business owners, we pay for it. So like
you're
we provide
supporting
the
them.
food, we provide the drinks.
Okay.
So when you show up, like if you come to a Social Oak event, like all the food and drinks were provided by Carrie Milner from Farm Bureau, Kate Weston, Megan Long from Beyond and Candle Bar, and Michelle from Revive Beauty. So and myself, I'm there too.
You remember.
I'm a member.
You remember you joined. So all of the Social Oak for women is for women, and the gents is just for men. Like
Yeah.
this is like just because you want to create space for those two groups, right? Like, is that the idea?
Yes.
Okay.
So here's what happens, and I'll give you a really good example. We had we call it like the premier event, and that is where we did actually have hosts. So we had 22 local women business owners at the fountains.
Ooh, I saw that.
It was a
Bubbles and Bash. I saw she went.
she was there, but she wasn't a host.
Yes.
I just met
But
her.
she has joined you since then.
She hosted our last event actually and did a champagne
Yeah,
cart.
because
nice.
she came to our book club. and
Yeah.
I'm
She's
like,
awesome.
Have you been
She's
to Social
awesome.
Oak? Because that's where you want to be.
Yes, she looks like Blake Lively.
Yes.
This is my thing.
P.S. She's adorable.
She's
She
adorable.
is.
I know. Lots of Pia.
Yeah. So we did this first event, and like everybody got a free headshot from Studio 1111, and we had a female DJ there, we had a belly dancer there. So my favorite part of the whole night, to be honest, was at the very end when Super Funk DJ Jen said the lights were on, and never before had she seen women on the dance floor dancing. There were no dudes there.
Right. Yep.
The
Right.
vibe is different. And according to Corey and the guys, with no women in the room, the vibe is different. Everybody like lets their guard down a little bit.
Yeah. That's very
So
cool.
even with the gents, I plan on going and making their charcuterie board, but I won't be there when everybody gets there.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah, no, that's
so
very cool.
I think that there's a different vibe, like, and I'm joking, like guys don't have to puff their chest because there's women in the room, and women don't have to be cute and like
Right.
whatever. I don't know,
Yeah.
different vibe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like it, and I like that both can do it.
Absolutely. Will
Yes.
there ever be like an event where they both
Talking
join
about
out?
it.
Okay.
Talking about it. Maybe the bar crawl, something big.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what if you start a singles group?
So funny. Okay, so
Yeah. So I tried to do matchmaking through.
wait,
my-
are you single too? No, you're
No.
married. Okay.
Not for myself. I tried to do matchmaking for dental patients. I've been
see that.
extremely unsuccessful, but
So
I'm in on whatever you've got for
So
me.
Social Oak Rochester, who she's drop dead gorgeous. She started it. Sylvia Maddie is starting Social Oak Rochester.
Okay.
And we were joking when she saw gents. She texted me and she's like, "Are you gonna do one for the singles?" I was like,
Right.
"Social Oak Mingles."
Oh,
Yes.
I like it.
I don't know. We'll see.
Why not?
Because I need one more thing.
Well, here's the thing, though. This is my one dental hygiene matchmaking faux pas that I'll tell you.
Okay.
I had a patient, I've been cleaning his teeth forever, who's probably almost 70, super sweet guy. And he came in and I was like, so I'm really trying to get this matchmaking thing going. I really want to set you up with somebody. I have something in mind. And he's like, well, my wife might have a problem with that.
Oh.
So he didn't wear a wedding ring, and he had never mentioned her in like 12 years of me cleaning his teeth.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
Yeah, don't go with that one.
Yeah.
I feel like somehow there's got to be a background check.
Here's what I don't want to do is matchmake.
Tinder.
But
Yes.
maybe do
Okay.
like a mixer for
Okay.
the singles. Like they can do their own work.
I like it.
Because I don't want to be responsible.
Yeah.
Can't be responsible.
Like, but like, and we're joking. I don't know. We'll see.
But it's a great
love
way
it.
to like connect.
And when you're saying, how
know?
do you make adult friends?
Right.
How do you date? It's all online. And I feel like the local end of it is so important. So,
The local, yeah. So no, that dating is Especially when you're busy. And I'm already like, and I'm joking, I don't think I'm famous online, but like, I have a presence online, so that does not make it any easier.
You cannot.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier.
No.
So that is, I think, how do you, whatever. That's a whole nother lie.
It's a cool idea. I like the idea. What about the other things we talked about before, like Black Diamond? Is that something you talk about?
Yes. So that is actually how Social Oak started. When I knew I was getting a divorce, I wanted to actually increase my business. Obviously, we lived a nice double income lifestyle. I'd like to continue to live a nice lifestyle as a single income. And I started getting coached. So they are the ones who actually told me, like, have a party every month. So what Social Oak is called Always Have Something to Invite People to, and it's my party every month. And then they said find a gang of 5, and that's my girl gang. And it turned into all of this, but I became a Black Diamond Club certified coach, and so now I'm coaching, that's how I'm coaching these other people to build their own Social Oak and license the name and giving them the name.
And how did you come up with the name?
Social Oak? Oh, I did not. That was all of us. So Social Oak wouldn't be where it is, and I should say this. I'm not Social Oak. Did I start everything and did I bring a lot of the girls together? Yes. Could we be who and what we are and where we are without them? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I thought we were in my living room, but we were actually at Farm Bureau in Carrie Milner's room. The coaches said start with your gang of 5.
Where's her office?
Right on Sashbaugh, right by mine. She's kind of like kitty corner from Tenuda's. Carrie Milner's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were in her office, and originally our name was 5 Will Thrive because they said start your gang of 5. Well, we didn't have an Instagram, and we were starting one, and then we all hated it.
Okay.
So
good story.
We hated it. And so what happened was, because it's a social club, we're in Oakland County, so it kind of started from there. I don't know who came. I'm thinking Whitney came up with it. I don't know. So if I gave the credit to the wrong person, I'm sorry. I always say, like, what would Whitney say? Because she's really good with words.
Who are the 5?
So it's changed. Okay. It's evolved. Well, let me finish the Social Oak, and then I'll tell you who the 5 are.
I always thought it was because of an oak tree.
I did too.
So yes.
I did
so
too.
yes.
Oakland County
all
is
of
so
that.
great.
All of
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Everything that you're saying is yes. So originally we're like, okay, we'll start with Social Oak, Oak Tree, because our motto is, I always have to look it up. It's
checks notes.
Like, it's something about like staying grounded in your community, like staying grounded in your roots while growing in your community for women.
That sounds good.
So that's the Oak Tree.
Okay.
So 100% yes.
Okay.
But originally our thoughts was if it did grow, like Social Genesee, Social Macomb, Social whatever. But Social Oak really stuck and has a good ring.
I love that it's Social Oak. It's traveling all around the world, and it all comes back to Oakland County and you.
Yeah.
That is nice.
The 5 of you.
Yeah, 5 of us.
That's awesome.
The girl
That
gang
is
of
awesome.
5.
Yeah, my girl
That's
gang.
changed, but
So originally the girl gang was, so I didn't know Whitney or Megan before all this started. People would think that we've been friends for 100 years. Whitney and Megan have. I targeted them. I do the benevolence, the $100 tabs.
Oh yeah, we wanted to talk about that.
So they were my first tab because I knew I wanted to bring them in.
Yeah.
And so there's 2 reasons that's not all true. My patients go there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to support a business that I knew my patients went to.
yes, okay.
So I would hear my patients, Mom, when we're done, can we go get an acai bowl? Mom, when we're done, can we go to Beyond Juice? I was like, hey, if my people are going there, I'm going to give them money.
Yeah.
And my patients can benefit, they can benefit, and then I'll meet them. So they were my very first tab. So Megan and Whitney were the first 2. And Megan told me about Stephanie Benson, who owns Float Clarkston. She's amazing.
Oh, I do love float.
So she was, originally it was Whitney and Megan, Stephanie and myself. And it did start at the Fed, not the tap, over mimosas. And I was like, girls, we're going to do something. I can't explain it, but it's going to be awesome. So I kept giving them mimosas, and they said yes. So that's
did give them
started.
Not Paul's Perry.
Didn't know about that. They would love that.
Yet, not you know.
So, we started at the Fed, and Stephanie had some life changes that she had to back out. If Stephanie called me tomorrow and was like, I want back in, Stephanie would be in.
Okay.
No ugly, nothing.
Yeah.
Grew from her, and then I kind of stalked Kate Weston online. Kate Weston is an online personal trainer.
She's so cute.
I mean,
Pregnant.
seriously.
I know.
But she had just had a baby, and I'm certified in pediatric OB. Like, I have a special, like, that's a lot of my practice. So I was stalking her. Apparently she was stalking me, which was a great compliment because she's way cooler than me. And so we met, and so she came in, and Stephanie had left. So it was Whitney, Megan, Kate, and me. And then Carrie's like, I want to take you to lunch. What are you doing? What is this thing you're doing? She didn't even know what she was asking to get into, but Carrie Milner is a powerhouse, all about female empowerment, all about women with women, she's like the whole business side of it. She's just phenomenal.
What is her business?
She's Farm Bureau.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep. And then we weren't looking for anybody else. We were good. We had our people, we had our meetings, we were going great. And then this girl, Michelle, kept showing up. And she's like, I made you a reel. And I was like, I don't even know how to make a reel. And so then one day she came up to me, not the last Taste of Clarkston, but 2 Taste of Clarkstons. And I had already had it in my head to bring her in. She's like, hey, can I do one of your, can I make a social oak? I was like, no, but you can come to mine. Mm-hmm. So Michelle came in from Revive Beauty. Okay. So she does like my eyebrows, she does eyelashes, permanent makeup, things like that. So that's who we all are. Whitney has since left. She got really busy. Whitney and Megan both just had babies, and I mean, you guys have babies. Babies make our world different.
Yeah, for sure.
So Whitney stepped aside, and then Michelle was like, again, mimosas at Women in Business. She's like, we should do this in Lake Orion. I was like, we should. And that's where Social Up North came.
And it started growing.
Over mimosas.
That was the second one?
That's our second one.
Okay. And that was 19. That's nice.
So have you traveled to all of them?
No, but if somebody wants to open one in Hawaii, I'm in. I'll come to you.
I think that should be part of your thing now. Like, I have to consult with you in person.
In person.
Okay, but when my kids graduate.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Still
like,
a mom.
mind.
In my real life, I'm still a mom.
Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. So, gents, I did start in Tampa and Clarkston, and then coming soon is Delray, Florida, and Denver.
Okay.
So I already have guys lined up.
I mean, once your kids graduate,
all great places to
a lot
go
of
visit.
travel.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your tabs, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, $100
That's been
tabs.
going on a long time.
So it stopped for a while.
Okay.
And do you know why? Businesses didn't want to let me do it.
That's
Why?
very weird.
Right?
Wait, explain the concept first.
Okay. So again, goes back. My coaches were talking about it. During COVID, I got to work. Businesses were freaking out.
Yeah.
Right? Like we were all freaking out. I got to work, but I wasn't seeing what I was normally seeing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what I was doing, because I got to keep working, was going around other local businesses, giving them $100 and sharing their contact, my contact, and letting them know if you go to, like today I did RBC and Company, she's an online boutique.
Okay.
If you go online and you put Dr.Ronda as your discount code, you will get $10 off of my tab.
Until that's done.
Until the $100 is gone.
Oh, okay.
So I did it every Friday for about 2 years. And then I stopped. No, thank you. Look at her with her donuts.
That is really cute,
That's
though.
from Essence on Maine.
That is
Yes,
super cute.
so cute.
Sorry.
You're like,
I'm not eating a donut.
not on air anyways.
So, I started doing the tabs, supporting other businesses, collaborating with them, putting their name out there. Kind of like the social oak thing when we have events. People will go to an event and not even know that place existed. Like the Sound Bath on Gray Street, amazing. Had 120 women, and people were like, I didn't even know this was here.
Right. That's awesome.
That's your last place. Where was that? The Pink?
No, the last place was the Pink Pro Wash.
Okay, because I clicked in on that. I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't still know what it is.
So Pink Pro Wash, they do like window cleaning, like roof cleaning, we have all the moss. But in the winter, they do the Christmas lights.
Oh, brilliant.
So they don't do Rochester, but they do those kind of lights for businesses.
Yeah.
But then they also do residential, like where you don't want to get on your roof and make it pretty.
Right.
They're probably better than us.
They have to be.
Yeah. So that's Pink Pro Wash. So that was the thing. Like it's also like getting other businesses out there because, again, I think that if we all promote each other and work together, like it can't be bad.
So why back to your collaboration?
Yeah.
Why are they not letting you do this then?
So it got weird. It was like work to find businesses that would let me come in.
Weird.
They would look at me and be like, "You want to do what?"
Like, why do you want to give us money? Like that kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, not ugly. They were never ugly. I think they were confused. I think we live in a world where people are surprised when people actually want to do something just to be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. They were skeptical.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yes. So, like, there's one business that I love and I really want to give them money and I really want to go there, and it's just a hard no.
Huh.
And I still go there, and I won't say who it is, but I love them.
You know who you are.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they do.
You're making bad choices.
I don't think they do.
Okay, so when you first started doing this, my husband was like, hey, did you know that Dr. Ronda Vaughn is doing this thing?
Was it weird? Did you think it was weird? Tell me truthfully.
No, he was like telling me about it, and I was like, that's so funny because I already claimed you left one at Main Street Co-working where you could go in and have a desk for a day, and I did it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I did it.
Nice.
I mean, I probably would have
Look
done
at
all
you.
of them, but I felt kind of selfish.
Don't feel so. Okay.
Like traveling around, being like, I'll take the free thing.
Do the free thing. Here's the funny thing, and here's the deal.
Sometimes the money gets left over.
100%.
We do giveaways. We'll do take a picture here at the parade, and we will give you a Starbucks gift card and a Starbucks mug and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, nobody wants this. Okay, we'll keep it.
Yeah.
So it's funny you say that.
Yeah.
I get frustrated. I'm like, I think like if I have mindset is a big thing for me, and if we can live in a world of abundance and people want to give, people feel good giving. And you should feel good receiving. If they like, it makes me feel good that you used it.
Yeah.
It makes Brandon feel good that you used it.
Yeah. It
So
made me feel good that I used it.
It made you feel good that you used it. So I have a lot of friends that will tell me like, I went because I didn't know about this place, but I didn't use your tab.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but now they don't know that because my goal is to help the businesses.
Yeah.
Right. Not that they need the help. So, I don't want to sound like they need it. They didn't ask me to come.
It's free publicity.
Yeah.
Right? Which, who doesn't need that?
Yeah.
And it's hitting different ears and it's hitting different people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but my friends would be like, I went, but I didn't use the money.
Yeah.
And I tell the businesses, I don't care what happens with the money.
Yeah.
Right.
So my big thing is, like, if you...
It's still there, you just keep
give it to your
Yeah.
favorite clients.
Yeah.
Sure.
Pass it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Well, I wonder if people think that, oh, if I use this, there's a catch. Because people are so, like,
Or it's
on
almost like
edge or-
embarrassing, like.
But why
you
is it
know,
embarrassing?
I don't know. I guess maybe if it's like an ask and the money's gone, or like
Do you know what's
there's
funny?
confusion. You what?
I wouldn't use it.
I know.
I would feel like give it to somebody who needs
yes,
it.
but at least mention like, hey, I came in because I saw this. Because that's all
I don't need the
It's just to
accolades,
get-
but I want
yes.
the business owners to know that by collaborating with other businesses, we can all do better.
Yes, no, I get it.
Exactly.
Right?
But there's probably a little bit of, like, psychological stuff going
But-
on in the background.
I like Main Street Co-working. I didn't know it was there until you posted it.
I love that.
2, I probably wasn't going to go in and try it, but that was one where I was just like, that is very interesting. It's going to cost me nothing. What do I have to lose? I'm
Right.
just going to do it.
And it's a cool atmosphere.
It was very cool. And since then, like, Brandon came on our podcast.
Yeah.
We're huge fans of Brandon.
Right.
You've made a connection.
Yes,
You know
and
the human being
you
behind
were the
it.
connection. So,
Thank you. I love that.
Well, I mean, our whole thing is connecting Clarkston. So,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
I mean, this talk about connections is really important to us, obviously. I think to everybody. Like, it's not just us. It's not just women. It's just humans.
But you guys grew up here
connect.
too.
yes.
Right.
So I feel like
Yeah.
our community is different than most. In a good way.
And we
Yeah.
keep saying that too, where we're like, this whole connecting Clarkston thing would not work in a lot of communities. Clarkston's community is
Well, snobby to think that now.
okay.
I agree with everything you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that there's more out there than we like to believe because we love.
well, and I'm
our-
talking
We
to
do
somebody
over
who's
time, yeah.
pulling in the whole world. So
Not excellent.
maybe. But like Auburn Hills, for example. I feel like you have to have more of that tight knit kind of downtown. Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
But
So I will say, and I don't remember where she lived. There is a Jessica Woodbeck. I don't know if you've met her yet. She is Thrive Realty in Rochester and Troy. So many people have told her and told me, like you guys, like people are like, you should meet. I've been told I should meet you guys, and you've been told you should meet me. And Jessica, her and I recently had coffee, and she actually moved to a community with her husband and her children and left because it's not a community. And I don't remember where it is, and I'm not going to say where it is. I think I know where it is, but I was shocked to hear. So she's strategically in Clarkston for the community. We are definitely, like, we love our people.
yeah.
We do. And I mean, that's definitely one of our themes. Is like, why is it so great? And let's explore it. And that's kind of part of what our whole thing is. And I don't think it's unique to we're not the only people in the city out there, but not every city has it. I think that's the difference.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think not everybody has people that are leaving and coming back.
We all come back.
Right.
You
Come
came
back.
back, you came back, I came
like-
back.
Yeah,